Hi there, it's Kim Record, and I'm here with your weekly body love tip. And today I'm actually sitting on my yoga mat in my living room, in a small, quiet spot in my living room that I've reserved for this purpose. And the reason I'm doing this today is because my topic is exactly on this. And my body love tip for you this week is quite simply to do yoga. If you're not already doing it on a somewhat regular basis, which would be every week, at least once a week, then hopefully today's message will help to shift that for you. Because for me, yoga, and for people who practice it on a regular basis, I know that they would agree. There is so much more benefit to it than just, the commonly known ones, like increased flexibility and strength and balance. Yes, these are fantastic benefits, and I've benefited from that myself, but there is so much more to it. Now, I've been doing yoga for almost 20 years now, and that was before there were Lululemon pants. And just recently, I reflected back on how it's actually impacted my journey towards full self-acceptance, and particularly as it relates to my body. And it actually has had a huge impact, and I was able to pinpoint 3 key components of this that I believe everyone could actually benefit with if they just gave yoga a chance a little bit every week. So the first main benefit is the fact that when we do yoga, it actually exposes our asymmetry and the fact that we're not actually designed to be perfect. Our left and right sides can be very different, and we don't often realize this until we get on the mat and we try to do poses one way and the other. And still to this day, it amazes me how much harder it is to twist to the left than it is to twist to the right. I'm asymmetrical, I'm imperfect, and I was designed that way, and so were you. And the more that we practice yoga on the mat and we realize this, we just make modifications. We accept it in yoga. We make the modifications, we make the adjustments that we need to make in order to participate still. And when we can transfer that mentality off the mat, where we can participate in life and know that we're imperfect and that's okay and we're designed that way and so is everybody else, then we'll actually participate more. We'll take more chances. We won't worry about feeling, stupid so much. It's just part of life. We're imperfect and it's okay. So the second benefit of yoga that I feel everyone would get by doing it on a more regular basis is the fact that it's a fast track to self-awareness. And of course, self-awareness is the path to self-acceptance and self-love. And when we participate in yoga, when we practice yoga, there is literally no other activity that can test and reveal things about ourselves on all levels, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, all at one time. So when we start on a physical level, like when we get onto the mat and we practice our physical yoga practice, and we know which poses we love and which ones we dread, and which how far we can push ourselves. These are the things that we really become self-aware about, because otherwise yoga just wouldn't be the same. And so when we have that self-awareness around our physical body, we can actually transfer that quite easily to other areas of our lives. So the more we get on the mat, the more we can transfer that self-awareness off the mat as well. And the third benefit that I actually find, I was very pleased to come to this realization recently, is that all this time that I've been doing yoga, I have in fact been meditating. Now, yoga is a form of meditation, and it's a great one for people like me who don't like to sit still very often. When I'm not sleeping or writing or laying in Shavasana at the end of a yoga practice, I don't really like to sit still. And I've struggled for many years trying to squeeze some meditation, some of that quiet, traditional, sitting still kind of meditation into my day. And it doesn't work very often. If something has to get moved around, usually it's the meditation time. But squeezing the yoga practice into my day, very easy for me to do because I love it. I love the feeling of completing a practice. And so, the main components of meditation, breathing. That's one of the first things that we learn in yoga, is to focus on our breath, and otherwise the postures and the whole practice wouldn't be the same. Being in a quiet, peaceful environment free of distractions. You'd be hard pressed to find a yoga studio anywhere that would be chaotic, right? It's designed to be peaceful and give you that experience. And, also the clearing your mind of random thoughts, having that real focus. Well, in yoga, yes, it is possible for the mind to wander, but not for very long, because then you either lose track of where you are in your practice or you're not following the class anymore. It's, it's very difficult to not stay focused on what you're doing, especially when there's so many muscles to be aware of and the correct way to do the postures. And also our greater connection, or our connection to the greater whole. That's often something that we'll get from meditation, is realization that we're just a very small piece of a much bigger puzzle. And when we're in a yoga class in particular, and we're actually physically, exchanging energy through focused breath with other participants, it really helps to heighten that awareness. So, yoga is a great form of meditation, especially for those like me who don't like to sit still. So here's another little secret for you also. Yoga doesn't have to take that long. You can actually get a really great practice with all of these benefits in just about 15-20 minutes a day. There's lots of great DVDs and books and even YouTube channels now that will cater to everyone's needs. If you have enough space to lay out a mat, you can do yoga, even in your office. So it can be squeezed in. So I hope that this tip has helped you today, and I really hope that you do get out and try to add a little bit more yoga based on these additional benefits. And if you like this tip, please sign up to get them into your inbox every Tuesday. You can sign up for my free gift on the top right of this page, or subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you'll get these every week. So till next time, have a fantastic week.